Well, changes are coming to Canada's immigration system, including an increase to the cap on sponsorships for parents and grandparents. The cap will be increased from $17,000 to $20,000 starting in 2019. Ottawa will also scrap the unpopular lottery system that many people called unfair, replacing it with a first-come, first-serve application process. The changes come after a cross-country listening tour last year. Danielle Smith from 770 CHQR joins us this morning to continue the conversation on that story. Danielle, what brought about these changes in the first place?
They made a colossal disaster of it back in December of 2016. And when you have both the conservative immigration critic and the NDP immigration critic saying this is a mess, then you know it's a mess. This is not a partisan issue. They just messed it up. They had initially only allowed 5,000 through this particular program, so they increased it to 10,000. Great, except for then they turned it into a lottery system. So you had a lot of families who were going through the application process, and it's an arduous process with lots of paperwork, finishing all the steps, expecting to be put into a queue and be dealt with with due process and due order. And then they're told, surprise, it's actually a lottery system. We're going to just pick at random. So it infuriated those who'd been going through the process, trying to play by the rules. It created a mess for the department because if it's a lottery, heck, you buy more tickets, maybe you'll win. So you ended up with multiple applications being put in there. And so I think now they finally got the feedback. This was a 1 and a half year disastrous experiment, and they're going to something a lot more sensible.
Absolutely. We know there were disadvantages to that lottery system. What are the disadvantages possibly to this new system?
I'm a big fan of sponsorship, and I think that this is one of the kinds of streams of immigration that enjoys widespread Canadian support, because you have a group of people who are already here, already established, already working, already probably integrated in their community, knowing the language, having cultural connections, and then they're bringing over family members and paying the freight to sponsor them. It allows for families to stay integrated, gives them internal support networks, and also makes it a whole lot easier for newcomers to be able to integrate. So I think they're finally, after making a number of missteps, finally moving in the right direction.
All right, thank you, Danielle, and we'll tune into that conversation between 9:30 and 12:30 today on CHQR.